What's up, guys? We're going to be taking a look at Grand Saga today. Grand Saga is a mobile gacha game mashup. Just this game, I stumbled upon this by accident. Don't know how this game flew under my radar. I am so happy I discovered it though, because I found it a few days ago. I have been playing it like crazy, and I have seen that there's not a lot of resources on this game, and I just really dove into it and I've been enjoying the heck out of it. So I just wanted to talk about it, just show you guys what this game's all about, and I might be making resources and guides and just talking about this game from now on because I'm having a blast playing it and I had no idea it even existed. So we're going to dive on into it. Smack the sub button. Appreciate you stopping by the channel. And yeah, this is Grand Saga, guys. I know that it did release with two versions. It released in Korea first, then it released in JP. And I know that it doesn't have a global version. There's no talks of a global version yet. And that may have been why it's just kind of flown under a lot of people's radars. Maybe you've tried this game. Maybe you've never even heard of it like me. It could be so many different things going on with this game. And you are brought into this world that just gives such heavy Grand Blue vibes, even though this is not a Grand Blue game, which I was very stunned to find out when playing it. I gave it a chance still, and you are put into this world. It feels like a full-blown kind of JRPG console game. It takes you through the tutorials. You are given just the kind of breakdown of your weapons, your artifacts, how they improve your character's abilities, and it shows you that you have this team of characters that you are given, and as you level up your team, as you progress through the game, you are leveling up your whole roster at the same time. It is not just you have to work on one character. Every experience points you get is shared between all your characters, so you can shift your builds depending on the boss that you're going to take on, things like that. So you're playing through a story. You're also playing through these side events like a gacha game normally would to get the materials, artifacts, things like that. When going into the combat in this game, you are given options. You can have it run on auto. You can have it run on auto kind of halfway, so you can kind of use the skills yourself, so you can just farm out the easier things. But when you go up against bosses, you can play this game like a full-blown RPG on manual. You can move around, run around, activate your skills, rotate between your teammates when needed. This game's combat is actually what got me hooked into it. I started playing it and I was like, it was okay. And then I started really delving into the combat, getting a feel for how the different characters work. You are given a choice with your weapon skill cards. Those are what come from the gacha system itself, is the attacks that your character is given, the abilities that they can do. And this really starts to play in when you're going against typed enemies. You have to build your team in the corresponding way to take on these events. And then as I really dove into the combat, started looking at more bosses progressing through the game, and noticed the mechanics of these things started to change. So I had to manually take over the controls. I had to actually go through and fight these things with strategy. I couldn't just click auto, go in, kill the boss, I'm done. That's not how this works. And I was playing just, leveling up through the story naturally, just using the elements and equipment that I was given, that I was farming out. And it started to present a little bit of a challenge, which was a welcome change from certain gacha games where you just put a team together, hit auto, and you're good to go. It tells you how to awaken your cards, how to feed and level up your cards. I started using translations to figure out what cards go with what, and each card, each weapon card, is tied to a specific character on your roster. So when you pull them, when you have these cards, they're only going to be applied to certain characters. Sometimes they're generic, can be applied to anybody, but most of the time the good cards are actually character specific, so you don't have to worry about crossing over and using them on the wrong unit. You have your skill point trees, which actually gave me serious like War of the Visions, Final Fantasy War of the Vision vibes. This system, this skill tree system, is a way to empower your character, unlock more armor slots and more ability slots, improve what they are doing, and it's very similar to how that War of the Visions board looks. But it's nice because, like I said, as you level the characters, you are given points, even skill points, to your whole roster. So if you're like, man, I don't want to use this character anymore, I want to switch over to somebody, you can literally just go invest all the skill points you just used over to the next character that you want to play with. If you want to kind of change your strategy and go through, they will all be distributed evenly. So just a really nice way to save you a lot of time. The game has full outfit customization. You can look through, scroll through, look at the different outfits, change the dyes. The character customization is pretty crazy for a gacha game. Not only are you able to change their outfits, you are able to go in and completely change how the character's hairstyle looks, the color. You can completely customize what is going on, which was a really welcome change. The armor itself physically changes as you upgrade your armor, get better pieces. you are given the ability to completely visually customize your character so it's personable, because as you run through the world, you will start to see other players and then you will feel like you're standing out, because it is an MMO at the core. It's like you have this RPG team built around your account, and then that is what your kind of account character is for the MMO aspect. Because when you inspect other players, you can see what their teams are and the way that they built each individual character. And of course, the game has, as I said, it is a gacha game. It has its summoning mechanics. You are given the chance to pull for weapons and artifacts, which become the skills that your characters use. It is just a very straightforward system. You pull the ones that match their elements or match the character. They're specific to that character, so that character can then equip the specific weapon, which when you activate some of these cards, especially like right now, they have a Final Fantasy 15 collab going on, and you can use them as your abilities, level them up, limit break them, get these passives. They actually join you out onto the battlefield when you activate their skill, when you have your special meter up. It's a way to really kind of use these collab units. Even though they're not units in a sense, they still come out and they appear on the screen when you activate their abilities. They are like a tag team assist in like a fighter game. It's really nice. It's still a full-blown MMO. You see players running around you as you go through the game. You go to the main cities, you just see hundreds of players on their mounts talking to the vendors in the stores. Like, it is a full MMO experience, but it's also like an RPG gacha style kind of 3D JRPG game. It's very unique in that sense, for me at least. I've never played a gacha game like this, and I am like hooked to this one. So I really do want to try to build some resources for players that want to try it, have a consistent place to come and just watch some Grand Saga content on the side. If they want to get into it, I'll make videos on how to download it, play it, how to navigate the menus, all that good stuff. It's something that I really want to keep playing. So appreciate you guys. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you've tried it, never heard of it, all that good stuff down below in the comments. See you guys in the next video. Peace.